Coming up on WFT's First at 5, authorities want you to be on the lookout for a pair of suspects following an armed robbery. We will take you to the scene.
Plus, delays in financial aid distribution spark protests at Santa Fe. How the lack of funds are affecting students' daily lives.
And cold air is surging south as a powerful winter storm heads our way. Your forecast is coming up. First at 5 starts now.
First at 5 from the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications. You're watching WUFT News.
Right now, deputies in Alachua County are looking for a pair of armed robbers who held a food store at gunpoint. This is First at 5. I'm Bailey Korinek.
And I'm Eva Garcia. Detectives say the robbers took off with an unknown amount of cash. WFT's Hayli Balgobin is live at the Eastside food store. Hayli, investigators tell you the pair's faces were covered during the robbery.
Right before noon, this scene was active with K-9 deputies and Alachua County Fire Rescue Drone Unit. According to authorities, 2 men dressed in black ski masks robbed this store, one with a handgun. Employees who were about to head in for their shift at the Eastside food store moments after the robbery say they were scared to go inside. The suspects stole from the register. They left on foot heading south. Alachua County Sheriff's Office Captain Chris Sims says they need the community to keep their eyes open for anything suspicious.
And our hope is that our public, our community can help by remaining vigilant. Anytime they see something suspicious, a suspicious person or a vehicle that they believe may be a part of this incident, they can please contact us.
Authorities want you to contact the 24-hour communication center at the number 352-955-8181 if you have any information about this crime. The suspects are still on the loose in this ongoing investigation, but authorities will follow up with updates. Live in Alachua County, Hayli Balgobin, WUFT News.
The Ocala Police Department is looking for information on a pair of robbery suspects in 2 separate cases. On January 27th, investigators say this woman entered an Ocala Best Buy on Southwest 27th Avenue with a child in her stroller. They say she hid around $800 worth of merchandise in the stroller and left without paying. Police are also looking for this man they say took a piece of jewelry worth over $2,000 from a kiosk in the Paddock Mall. Anyone with information on either of the 2 suspects is urged to contact the Ocala Police Department or Crime Stoppers.
Let's take a live look at I-75 at Paynes Prairie. Your evening commute looks to have clear skies, but clouds will move in overnight tonight. UF forecaster Matthew Clark joins us with more on the rain and falling temperatures.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there right now. That rain and those temperatures are going to fall later. We have risen up to the low 70s on our campus cam right now. It's a beautiful evening. That sunset is going to be beautiful for anyone camping out outside the O-Dome for the basketball game later tonight. It's beautiful out there right now. Temperatures for the rest of our area, 73 in Ocala, 72 in Bronson, and 70 over in Cross City. It is beautiful out right now, and we are going to enjoy it before those clouds start to roll in overnight. Temperatures not going to drop too far into the lower 50s, and that's a part of this system that we're tracking right now, moving its way into the Gulf, bringing in a lot of wintry precipitation to the Midwest. It's going to bring some heavy precipitation to our area tomorrow. I will have that and some more coming up in a few minutes.
Deputies in Levy County arrested a man they say was in possession of child sexual abuse material. The investigation started after receiving a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The cyber tip was initially investigated by the Gainesville Police Department, but GPD detectives discovered Julio Rodriguez lived in Levy County and forwarded their investigation to LCSO. Investigators say they found a computer and cell phone belonging to Rodriguez containing the inappropriate images. Rodriguez was arrested for 10 counts of possession of child pornography and 1 count of unlawful use of a 2-way device. His bond is more than $1 million.
Students at Santa Fe College are pushing back against school leaders, claiming their financial aid system has some major flaws, and it's causing a noticeable delay in much-needed funds for the students. WFT's Caitlyn Schiffer is live at the college, speaking to students and Santa Fe reps to get to the bottom of their issues.
Students of Santa Fe College are gathering to vocalize their frustrations over not receiving financial aid. They tell me that it's hard to focus on school when they have bills mounting up. The problem, that they say, has plagued them for weeks, experiencing similar delays last fall.
a month later, and I still don't have my financial aid money.
For college students, stress can be a given when juggling school, work, and a social life. However, one issue students don't expect is experiencing financial scrutiny from their college. But that's what Santa Fe students say is happening, and they are fed up with the delays. Charlotte Barone is a U.S. veteran, single mother of 2, and a student at the school. Barone says the school hasn't paid her the $8,000 she said she was owed 3 weeks ago, money she's been counting on to get by.
I received an eviction notice from my leasing office. I haven't been able to pay for my car payments or my insurance. I could lose my license.
Students say they expect to receive their financial aid during the 4th week of January, which matches what's posted on the college's financial aid website. You can see from this chart for the spring semester, it's approximately the 4th week of January. Tommy Maple is a professor at Santa Fe who experiences firsthand the pain this is causing to students' lives.
We're not in the loop, so we just get all the devastating stories. And so we're talking to our students. We've made a big effort to try to get them to feel at home on campus, and then something like this just kind of blows all that up.
With a 13 and 14-year-old at home, this aid is essential for Barone's life.
It's been really tough just to keep it together for my kids, and constantly worrying about if I'm going to be able to complete my degree.
In the statement, Santa Fe College said to WFT they are aware of the concerns students are having regarding financial aid and are working diligently to ensure aid is being dispersed. Disbursement began earlier this month, and as of today, 58% of spring funds have been set out. The statement goes on to say 97% of the fall funds have been released. Live from Santa Fe College, Caitlyn Schiffer, WUFT News.
In less than 30 minutes, neighbors living near Citizens Field are invited to share their thoughts about the city's plan to bring new life to the field and Northeast Park Complex. The revitalization project meeting is tonight at 5:30 at the Martin Luther King Jr. Multipurpose Center on Northeast 14th Street.
Florida lawmakers are calling for continued action in Florida to stop human trafficking and help survivors. According to the Attorney General's office, Florida has the 3rd highest number of reported human trafficking cases in the country, with more than 130 cases in the past 6 years. During a news conference today at the state capitol, the One More Child's campaign said they have served more than 1,000 sex trafficking victims in the state last year. State Representative Jennifer Kennedy says lawmakers need to continue focusing on this issue during this year's session.
As a legislature, we remain committed to the victims of trafficking, to bringing justice to the traffickers, and help to those who are harmed.
In recent years, the state has worked to teach businesses potential signs of human trafficking and how to report it.
Council members in Lake City will meet tonight to discuss a severance package given to departing city manager Paul Dial. Dial resigned in 2023 and received a large final employment payment after his departure. The city hired outside counsel from the Cavendish Partners law firm to investigate the severance package. Tonight, the council will discuss possible action on the situation after hearing legal opinions.
After years of planning, the first phase of the Thelma Bolton Center renovation has started. According to city officials, this phase 1 work will include structural repairs, roof replacement, and some stormwater mitigation. It started this month with geotechnical explorations by engineers to design appropriately sized footings based on existing soil conditions. The money for the upgrades is coming from the Wild Spaces and Public Places Fund, and the fund's director, Betsy Waite, says this project will take some time to complete.
There's a lot of work that just happens behind the scenes that, most people aren't aware of, but some of the permitting processes are, 6 to 9 months. So, yeah, it can be a pretty lengthy time spent.
The construction is expected to start in July, and the building will reopen to the public when Phase 2 renovations are complete.
After the break, major headway in manatee death reductions, but wildlife officials say we aren't out of the woods yet. In the remarkable story of a tattoo artist who beat the odds and turned his pain into purpose. We'll be right back after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Now heading down south, I spoke to the Inside Ink tattoo studio owner in Indian Rocks Beach about fulfilling his dream even after the bleakest of times. His talent honed in the most unlikely of places and a dream realized despite the challenges.
I love doing tattoos.
It's a place where passion, art, and stories come together.
If I ever had the opportunity, I would have my shop, my sanctuary, my place.
He and I discussed tattoos, and he is the only person that I've ever trusted.
But his journey to this point was far from easy. At just 16, Dean's life was defined by a crime he didn't commit: the murder of a Vietnam vet outside the Tampa Museum of Art.
I wasn't going to snitch on my brother. So I had to wear it. I had to wear it all.
But it was Scott who ended up serving just 1 year. Dean was sentenced to life.
I got to survive one day. Just one day at a time. I just got to make it one more day.
For 30 years, he fought to prove his innocence. During that time, Dean poured his energy into art. Enter the Innocence Project of Florida in 2011. They obtained exculpatory evidence that ultimately proved his innocence. The murder conviction was overturned, Dean was reunited with his family, and he was officially exonerated January 2019.
I love Dean. Dean's a great guy.
Come on, man.
Now he finds healing in art, turning pain into purpose at his own studio.
The process that we go through and the amount of time you spend with somebody, and you get to know them. You're kind of a therapist in a way.
He's proof that it's never too late to rewrite, rather re-ink your story.
It makes me feel good. I did something tangible. When the person getting the tattoo goes to that mirror and they look at it and I see that smile, that's my favorite tattoo.
McKee's story of resilience proves that sometimes the most powerful stories aren't written in words, but etched in ink. Later this week, you can read more about his story in the Florida Innocence Project at WUFT.org.
In 2020, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission reported 565 manatee deaths, nearly 200 below the 5-year average. Human-related causes of death like boat strikes accounted for 30% of the deaths, while at least one death was due to Hurricane Helene. Manatee calf deaths are on the rise with a record of 154 mortalities, but the FWC believes this is due to manatees reproducing more calves to recover from the Atlantic Coast mortality event. If you encounter an endangered, injured, or dead manatee, please call FWC's Wildlife Alert number.
The University of Florida Hillel Student Center is presenting a museum exhibit titled October 7th, A Space of Anguish, Loss, Anger, Memory, and Sorrow tonight at 5:30. The exhibit will run until Friday and showcases 25 artists whose work showcases how Israeli culture reacted to the ongoing war. The annual Alachua County Spelling Bee is coming up. 39 elementary and middle school students will compete to represent Alachua County at the Regional Spelling Bee in Jacksonville in March. The winner will compete in the Scripps National Spelling Bee Washington, D.C. Championship on February 19th.
Another winter storm is heading in our direction and it's going to bring sub-freezing temperatures to most of the nation, and us included. I will have more after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Now, today hasn't been so bad, so cold, but I took home all my winter clothes, and I hear it's going to get cold again.
Me too, Bailey. This is the warmest thing that I have. Matthew, how is this cold front going to affect us here?
Yeah, as we head into the later parts of the week, it's going to get pretty chilly. And it was actually pretty chilly this morning. If you woke up pretty early, we were actually in the 30s. And look at some of those temperatures here in our area as we woke up this morning. 36 in Gainesville, saw 30s again, 35 in High Spring, and 34 up in Live Oak. And these are not the coldest temperatures we're going to see from this front. Temperatures right now, though, we've heated up quite nicely. 72 in Gainesville right now, 73 in Ocala, and 71 over in Bronson. It is a beautiful afternoon. Beautiful temperatures outside, actually, to be out and about. And if we're looking at campus cam, really not a cloud in the sky. It is a beautiful blue sky out there. Some clouds over there. It's going to set up for a picture-perfect sunset, though. 72 degrees again. It's beautiful outside. If you have the chance to go outside now, it'd be perfect to get a picture-perfect sunset. Temperature is going to drop down into the 50s before those clouds start to roll in tonight. So the evening conditions are going to start to deteriorate as we head into tomorrow morning, and we could wake up to about a 20% chance of rain starting around 4 a.m. in some parts in Live Oak and Perry from that system that's moving our way. So 51 degrees in Gainesville when we're waking up tomorrow, and those rain conditions are going to increase as we head into tomorrow afternoon. All a part of this system that's going to move its way into the Gulf of Mexico, bringing in a steep polar plunge from all the way up in the North Pole, bringing in temperatures nearly 45 degrees below normal in the Midwest and the below normal conditions for the rest of the United States. It's going to be cold, and temperatures today were sub-freezing in most of the nation. -10 in Omaha, -15 in Minneapolis, and look at that, -38 up in North Dakota. The coldest I've been in is 0 degrees. I don't know anything below 0 degrees, but it's probably very cold, and it's going to get colder from the system. It's going to develop into the Gulf of Mexico. Very strong storm bringing in some heavy rains to parts of the southeast. It's going to start raining here Wednesday morning, bringing in some strong snow up into portions of the Tennessee and up there. But as it heads into our area tomorrow afternoon, stronger conditions are going to head our way around Wednesday around 5, but then quickly clearing out of our area Thursday night or Wednesday night and into early Thursday morning. So tomorrow not going to be the nicest day to be out and about, so carrying an umbrella might be the move, and it is going to be raining pretty much all day again. So about 1 inch of rain in Gainesville, over 2 inches in Crystal River. It's going to be dreary and cold and wet tomorrow, and then waking up, those temperatures are going to be in the 40s on Thursday, and it's going to be even colder on Friday morning. That's when that cold weather is going to really pack a punch. Like that, 31 degrees as a low on Friday morning. Can't imagine the rest of the nation seeing those negatives, but then we're going to slowly, gradually warm up as we head into the weekend and into next week.
It sure is chilly in Gainesville, but Gator basketball is hot in all kinds of weather. Newly number 2 in the AP poll, the orange and blue look to continue the climb. And fans are already lining up outside the O-Dome ahead of tonight's game against Oklahoma. Our Alexis Tadros will preview the game for us. Sports starts next.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Let's drop the formalities. You see it behind me and you know exactly what time it is. I'm Shelby Hotz. Let's talk sports. Gators emerged from their last matchup against South Carolina as the number 2 seed and now face Oklahoma. That win helped the Gators solidify their 9th SEC win of the season. Now they get the Sooners, and our very own Alexis Tadros is live at the O-Dome with a preview.
The Gators have been on a hot streak after winning their last 4 games and hope to make it 5, welcoming Oklahoma tonight. This is the Sooners' first time in Gainesville, and Coach Golden said they're focused on trying to slow down freshman star Jeremiah Fears.
He's really talented. He's had some really good moments this year for them, and to be a lead guard on an SEC team as a freshman says a lot about his talents. You know, he's an explosive player. You know, we got to do a good job. The main thing is ball screening for him. You know, making sure we don't let him get too comfortable. And they're a very good offensive team. You know, they're efficient. They're good from 2. They're good from 3. We got to turn them over and make them take tough shots.
This may be Oklahoma's first time in the swamp, but in their last 5 meetings, the Sooners have won 3 straight. Tip is set for 7 p.m., and as you can see, fans are already lining up behind me.
Now high school athletes are starting to see the benefits as well. WUFT's Alexis Tadros filed this report late last week.
Wyatt Clark, a member of Buchholz's baseball team, fears that high school athletes will be more focused on money.
I don't think it's changed our team very much, but I know like certain teams, like some guys are just there for the money and like they're not really there for the school, and I think that our team represents that, like, we're here to compete for a school and win a state title.
Athletic director and head baseball coach Ron Brooks says if NIL is done the right way, there can be many benefits.
You know, the coach is accepting to it, explains the rules to our team, explains the rules about how the FSA works with NIL, explains that, you know, it's a situation that can also benefit students if we do it the right way. I think the culture is going to be fine. And, you know, here with Coach Whittemore and our football program and our other coaches, I think we do a great job in instilling a real positive culture.
Buchholz does the best to educate coaches, parents, and athletes on the rules and regulations of NIL.
We definitely made sure we sat down with our coaches, went over the rules, regulations, all those kind of things. Also sent information out to families and parents. When we have any type of player, coach, parents, any types of meetings, we talk about it to make sure everybody's up to date on any new rules or anything that's changed. But we definitely keep reiterating what the FSA has put out there to make sure that we're all following the rules and doing it the right way.
Some athletes may look at this as a way to cash in, but to Wyatt, it's far deeper than money.
You're always going to be able to make money in life, so have fun with the game while you're at it.
For WUFT Sports, I'm Alexis Tadros.
Just as local high schools keep their opponents on their toes, we're keeping you on your toes with some quick hit scores from last night. Taking a look at high school hoops, here's how regional semifinal games went down last night. A notable upset for Newberry High, who ended their undefeated season in disappointment. Not on this board, Hawthorne moves on to the state semis in the Rural District. And if you wanted even more sports, a quartet of high school baseball matchups tonight. Hawthorne versus St. Francis is currently in progress, and the rest start at 6:30 p.m. Florida turns a Golden Eagle into a Gator. Marquette head coach Ryan Tice is the new UF volleyball head coach. On February 6th, Gator fans wept as head coach Mary Wise announced her retirement. After 34 seasons, her tenure will be a tough act to follow. But Tice is no stranger to the Gators. He was Wise's assistant coach in 2006 and 2007. He brings 17 years of head coaching experience, 11 of them spent getting the Golden Eagles 10 in the NCAA tournaments, including 3 regional semifinals berths. Last season, among them, Tice boasts the highest winning percentage in Marquette head coaching history at 74%. Plus, Gator baseball won't be going far. The team faces Jacksonville tonight after grounding Air Force this weekend.
So TripAdvisor actually ranks Siesta Key as the #4 beach in the world. Aren't you from around there, Bailey?
Yes, I grew up on Anna Maria Island, which is about 20 minutes north, and I can assure y'all those beaches, I mean, look at it. It is just, you can't beat it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wish I was there and that weather was right here in Gainesville. But what do we have going on for the rest of the week?
Well, it's about as sunny as it is down there. We just don't have those sandy beaches here, but it looks like they're getting in that sunset before those clouds and that front rolls in on Wednesday. You see 90% chance of rain. It is going to bring us some chilly weather Thursday and especially into Friday. 31 degrees on Friday morning before we slowly, gradually start to warm up into the weekend and into next week.
Thanks for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
But your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and on all of our social media platforms. Have a good night.